something. Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of need to rest in between things.
Yeah, no, we're catching Lorenzo at the end of his workout, but he's volunteered to do a little bit for us. He's very tired, but he's being a brave man. Okay, we've got the one arm pull-ups. Whoa, you have to be fantastically strong for that. Great. Ooh, got some front levers here. Very nice. Back levers. Lovely. One more movement for us before we start the interview?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I do something with handstands, but now I'm too tired to do that, so
okay.
maybe
Understandable.
could do a couple muscle ups maybe?
Yeah, fantastic. Lorenzo into the muscle ups, makes it look easy. No swing on the muscle ups. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not gonna push it on.
Thank you, Lorenzo.
No problem.
Just come over for a quick interview.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we've established your name is Lorenzo.
Yes.
And can you tell the people where you are today?
Finsbury Park.
Finsbury Park.
Yeah.
And obviously you've been training. I've caught you on the hop here. How long have you been training here today?
About 1.5 hours, not super long, but
okay.
You know, enough to be tired, I guess.
Yeah, fantastic. I can see you're obviously a master of calisthenics. How long have you been doing this type of training?
I've been doing it for about 4 or 5 years now.
Okay.
You can always get better, you know. I've learned a few things, but there's people that can do much better than me, and that's the fun part of it, I guess. You can always improve. Process. There's always things to learn. I find it more fun than the gym because there's more, I don't know, skills as well as strength, flexibility.
Right.
People are really nice usually. You can always learn things from other people, and I like being outside whenever the weather allows for it. So
this is a plus. This is a plus.
Yeah.
So do you do what is your workout routine? Do you go to the gym? Do you do weights, or do you mainly calisthenics?
At the moment, I'm working with a guy from Italy who is very, very good at calisthenics, and he's doing my programs. Today I'm just freestyling, just doing whatever. But
you're from Italy. What part of Italy are you from?
I'm from Florence.
Say hello to all the people in Florence, all the people watching.
Hey everyone.
Sorry to interrupt you, carry on.
No, that's cool, man. And yeah, he's doing my programs for me and just giving me a bit of feedback on what I'm doing. And I just started working with him about a month ago. Before I was on my own, before I worked with somebody else. I like trying different approaches, and what I'm doing at the moment is very challenging. His trainings are like 3 hours long.
Wow.
Never done anything like that, but you know, for a little bit I'm gonna do it. Then I don't have that much time to dedicate to it, so but it was interesting to try and do it. And next step, I'm gonna have another chat with him and see if we can shorten them a little bit and focus on the things that I want to work on the most.
Definitely. There'll be a lot of people watching this video, and they can see the level that you've reached, and they will probably be aspiring to reach that level. I mean, as a beginner, what kind of advice would you give someone like that?
I would say definitely spend a bit of time and money doing your research and getting someone that really knows his stuff to give you a hand, because doing things correct in the beginning is much easier than fixing them afterwards.
Okay.
I can tell, especially with handstands and things like that, it's much better off getting it right from the beginning. And then
so technique, correct technique at the beginning is important.
Super important, yeah, because even what's the technique for the easier exercises then reflects on the technique of the harder ones later on.
Right.
And it's hard to get past a certain level if you don't have certain things down.
I noticed you were doing some muscle ups there and levers. I mean, a lot of people, they're the flashy moves that people always want to do and they aspire to do. And I know I've been talking to a lot of people who want to do muscle ups. And what kind of trajectory would you say they could start with? I mean, I know everyone's different, but what kind of training routine what path did you take?
Well, I guess, it depends on what level you're starting at. Obviously, you need to have your pull-ups down. You need to...
What's the minimum type of pull-ups you would be able to do muscle ups?
I think 10 at least, probably. 10. You don't need to be able to do lots and lots, but I would say 10 good pull-ups, then you can start thinking about doing muscle ups. And then I would say there's different approaches, but you either wanna start doing it with some swing using your legs, because that's gonna make going over the bar much easier.
So
And
momentum.
I think you can do that in two ways. One is learning to just use your legs and learning that swing movement.
Okay.
And the other one is not using swing, but using an elastic band to assist yourself, which you can put under your feet, and then from the pull up you go.
Oh yeah, I've seen people that, like in CrossFit, they do the CrossFit training, they use the bands.
Yeah, totally. So I guess one of these two ways, and then later on you try and eliminate the swing and help from your, from your legs.
Excellent. And another movement, advanced movement, I see you do the levers there.
Yeah.
What kind of training did you require to do that?
I guess, you know, first you want to approach the back lever because it's easier.
Okay.
And there's all sorts of progressions for these kind of movements, you know. Both for the back and the front lever, you start with the tuck, then you can do like half lay or one leg out, then you can try straddle till you reach the full. Obviously it's important, I think for me it was important to work both on the isometric positions, the holds, as well as reps. So doing some kind of exercise.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like say for example tuck, lever rows or things like that, where you're also exercising in a more dynamic way, because if you're only doing holds it's kind of hard to progress just doing that. It's important to integrate it with other things.
So there's definitely a technique and path.
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of obviously this is very strenuous type of exercise. I mean, how do you maintain your health? Do you jog or do you just do the calisthenics? You go
it depends on how much time I have, because of the kind of training that I'm doing
now. Taking
now.
up all your time now, no?
Yeah, I don't have the time to do everything. Of course, you should do a bit of cardio, because as you know, strength training, you need a lot of rest between things, and it's not gonna be great if you want to lose weight.
Right.
It's obviously gonna help, but you need to integrate it with a bit of cardio usually.
Okay.
And ideally, yeah, you do some running or swimming or some, you know, playing tennis with friends, whatever you like to do.
And thank you for that advice. Another thing people don't consider is can you eat McDonald's and do this type of training? What's your diet like?
I try and eat really well. You know, I try and eat like I wouldn't say I'm vegan or vegetarian, but I try and eat 90% vegan, vegetarian.
Interesting.
And more for ethical reasons than anything else. I want to get to 100%.
Right.
Still working on it. But I think it's also a matter of energy. You know, the way up,
if you eat clean, you will have a more fuel, better fuel. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, totally. The more you pay attention to how what you eat affects you, the more you start noticing, and then you want to eat better. You know, I think it's a lot about bringing attention to how you feel.
Okay.
And then it comes natural, I think.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
One more subject is the mental attitude to this game. What kind of advice would you give someone who's getting into it, and how does your mental attitude improve after your workout, if it does improve?
I notice immediately if I don't work out regularly, I get a bit sad, and I get a bit, you know, just I don't feel great, I don't have good energy. If I keep this up, I feel good, you know, I'm happier, I'm healthier, and then also everything else in my life works better. So it's very important for me. That's the main reason why I do it. Obviously bringing it up to a more difficult level keeps things interesting, you know, and there's always people you can learn things from. So I guess, you know, that's the way I do it, and it works for me. But the main advice would be find something that you like, you know?
Fantastic. What's the I'll just ask you a couple more questions and I'll let you go. I know you're busy.
That's cool, man.
What's the worst advice anyone has ever given to you in the fitness game?
The worst?
Yes.
I don't know, I guess the average gym guy telling you that you need to bench a lot of weight, or down a lot of whey protein, or whatever, you know, like bad protein and stuff like that. You're just gonna feel awful doing those things, you know. I think personally, at least that's
your approach would be to take it in small steps, progress and enjoy your development. Just trying to copy someone and just go straight to the end of the results.
Absolutely, yeah. And also, you know, there's no point in comparing yourself to others. I think just enjoy the process, you know, learn from other people, be nice, and people will be nice back to you, I think.
Fantastic. So if anyone was passing this park, and what advice would you give them? They wanted to come and they saw these elite guys doing elite moves. I mean, what advice would you give them?
Come and try, you know, just get started, and you get there eventually if you're passionate about it.
Fantastic advice. Lorenzo, I'm going to let you carry on with your workout. Thank you very much for that fantastic interview. I'd just like you to say one more thing. You have been watching
Health is Wealth, and subscribe to the channel.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too.